Nucio.
I am Drew Anthony.
And I'm Drake Anthony. The topic we chose is human trafficking. The purpose of our presentation is to increase your knowledge on human trafficking and decrease the cases.
Learning about human trafficking is important because stopping a crime before it happens saves lives. Human trafficking affects every country in the world, including us.
According to the dictionary.com, human trafficking is when one illegally transports people from one area to another. People typically do this for the purposes of forced labor and sexual exploitation.
We're going to cover 8 of the major forms of human trafficking. The first form is sexual exploitation. This is when someone is forced to take part in sexual activity. An example of this would be when children are sexually exploited for money, power, or status. The second form is labor exploitation. This refers to situations where people are pressured into working for little or no pay, often under threat of punishment. Example would be employers treating their workers unfairly. The third form is domestic servitude or domestic exploitation. It is a crucial but unseen labor done behind the closed doors of private homes.
The fourth form of human trafficking is forced marriage. This is when a person is put under pressure to marry someone. They may be threatened with physical or sexual violence or placed under emotional or psychological distress to achieve these goals. According to humantraffickingsearch.org, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime estimate that 1.4 of the total detected victims are trafficked for marriage. The fifth form of human trafficking is forced criminality. This is when someone is forced to carry out criminal activities through forced action or deception. The sixth form of human trafficking is drug trade. This can also tie in with forced criminality. This is when the human trafficker forces their victims to do their dirty work, such as smuggling drugs.
The seventh form of human trafficking is child soldiers. These are children and young people ranging from as young as 4 years old to 18 years old who are used for any military purpose. It affects both males and females. In 2015, according to the ReliefWeb.International, Syria had a total of 362 cases of recruitment that were verified as children, and 56% of these children were under the age of 15. The last form of human trafficking we'll be talking about is organ harvesting. There are 3 forms of organ harvesting. There are trade, ailments, and extortion. Trade is when a victim formally or informally agrees to sell an organ, but the person is then cheated because they are paid less than the promised price or they are not paid at all. Ailments is when a vulnerable person is treated for an ailment, which may or may not exist, and the organs are removed without the victim's knowledge. Finally, extortion is when a victim may be kidnapped from their family and organs are removed without the consent.
In this skit, we will be demonstrating how people are abducted for human trafficking.
Is she alone? Okay, I'm on top of her.
Yeah, she's alone. She has no idea.
This is what you should do if you feel like you're going to be abducted. Hi, I'm at Albertson, and I think there's this man following me around the store, and I was wondering if you can meet me out here, because I'm not sure what to do.
Hey, we're giving away these free keychains. If you ever feel threatened, just click the button and it'll notify the police.
Alright, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, I just want to let you know that if you do see someone outside of your local grocery store handing out these little things that go on your keychain, they are not for your actual safety. They are for a purpose of them tracking you down and kidnapping you. So do not take them no matter what.
Yeah, that was some good food.
It was so great catching up with you. See you next time.
All right, bye.
Dang, dude, where are my keys? Never can find them.
child home, these are some things you can do.
Take random turns.
Call the police.
And don't go home until the police escort you home.
These are some ways to prevent an abduction from happening.
Always be aware of your surroundings.
Keep your keys in your hand when walking to your car.
And be ready to call 911 if needed.
According to DailyWorld.com, a 2018 report on human trafficking released by Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services showed a 77% increase in juvenile victims identified over the past year, including more than 3 times as many victims aged 12 and younger compared to 2016. The federal government says human trafficking is a prevalent and serious crime in the United States. More than 30,000 calls were made to the National Human Trafficking Hotline this year alone. Locally, there were 447 victims of sexual human trafficking identified in South Louisiana. The top 3 parishes in the state was Orleans with 223, Caddo with 223, and Jefferson with 54. Closer to home was Baton Rouge with 23, and Lafayette and Lake Charles each having 10 cases.
As of 2017, Louisiana was ranked number 21 out of the 50 states. There were 275 calls that were made reported human trafficking, but only 107 cases were reported. Out of the 107 cases, 91 of the people were females and 14 of the people were males. 64 of the people were adults and 36 were minors. Also, 23 of the people were U.S. citizens and 15 of the people were foreigners. The reason why some of these numbers are off is because the callers did not provide demographic information.
We did some research for the statistics in the United States. We found in 2017, California led with the highest rates of human trafficking out of all of the 50 states. They led with 1,305 cases. The country's total in 2017 was 26,557 calls, but only 8,524 cases were reported. Out of the 8,524 cases, 7,067 of them were females, and 1,124 were males.
Thanks for watching.
We hope y'all enjoyed.